Okay, so I'm going to show you the flowers that I'm going to be using to decorate the card. And these are these little cabbage roses that I made, and these are super duper tiny, almost like miniatures. So I'm going to show you how I did that. I used this punch here, this teeny tiny punch, and it doesn't say which company it's from, and I think it's from Jeff, Jeff. And what I did was I punched out some of these pieces like that, obviously, and then to create the center I used a pair of scissors and I added some slits between each of the petals, almost to the center but not quite. And you need to do that to two of these. And I simply just first I used my embossing tool and I just added a little bit of dimension like that, and then I just scrunched it up and made it into a little bud like that. And you need to do that to both of these pieces. And then with a little daub of glue, I'm just going to glue these two together, and I'm going to keep that to dry. And then again, for the flowers I used two of the dark purple ones and two of the lilac ones, and these I'm not going to cut them at the center like I did with the dark purple ones, and I'm just going to make a cup like that. This technique is known as cupping, I believe. And then I'm going to just add a daub of glue to the center of this little flower here, and then I'm going to add the other one right on top of it, a little off center so that the petals don't go over each other. And then I'm going to add this little bud to the center. And then I didn't bring my other tool. Just with my scissors I'm just going to press the entire thing down like that, and I'm just going to leave it aside to dry, and then I'm going to scrunch it up again a little bit. I also made a couple of buds, and to make the buds all you need to do is again take one of those purple pieces, and I added the cuts to this one as well, and make the buds just the way that we did for the flower. And I'm just going to make a bud like that. And then for the next layer I'm going to add some slits to this flower here. And I'm going to add I'm going to emboss it a bit, and then I'm going to again turn this into a bud as well. And then I'm going to glue the purple one on top of the lilac one. Trying to get them off center like that. And then I'm going to take another little flower here, and I'm not adding any cuts to this one, I'm just cupping it. And I'm going to add the little bud that I made right on top of the flower there, so we get a tinier flower. So this one's a little larger, and this one I'm going to shape this and close it up a little bit to make it look like a bud, like that. And that's the flower. So I made a couple of these, and I also made tiny leaves like that. And let me just show you. For the leaves I used another punch from Jeff, and this one is a tiny holly leaf punch, and I just punched out these from cardstock. And this cardstock, I don't know if you can tell, but this is textured on one side, and I just embossed it on the other side, so the textured side was up, and I created a ton of these leaves. So I'm just going to now show you how to put this together onto our card. So like I said, I left a bit of gap here, room, and that gap we're going to need to glue down these leaves and flowers. And I also have this paper twine, and I'm going to be using some of it to add some interest to the project. So I'm just using my embossing tool and making a little vine here, like that. And it doesn't have to be really perfect. And then I'm just going to start glue does not behave. And I just added some glue to the in between the gaps, and I'm going to just randomly shape it up a bit and add it like that. And then I'm just going to add another little curl here. Sorry about that, my memory was full, so I went and dumped the camera and came back. And where were we? Okay, I had added these two pieces of the spine, the twine, and I just added some curls to that, and we can go and finish that later. But then I want to start with adding some of this. This is again a paper twine, but then this is a little larger one, so I'm going to use this to make the mud for the sand, the window box. So I'm just going to roughly measure my window, and I'm just going to that and add some twists and create something like that. And then I'm just going to glue this into the gap in there, like that. So I can just grab my glue and going to add some glue to the window box, and going to add the mud, and I'm going to just sandwich it in. You don't really need to do this if you were using large flowers and leaves like these, the ones which have the stem on them. But then since I'm using really tiny flowers and leaves, I need to do this step. And then what I did was I took a piece of the twine and I added some leaves and I turned it into a vine like that. So I'm going to start with this as my base, and I'm going to glue this down across the length of the window box, and I'm just adding some glue to the back of this twine. And I'm just going to glue that down there, like that. And I'm just trim this off here. So from here on, I'm just going to put the camera on 4x speed, and you're just going to watch me place all the little flowers and the leaves onto my layout here. So guys, I am back, and this is what I've done so far, and there's still a couple of spaces that I need to fill up, and you can see down there I have to finish, and I'm going to add some more leaves here, and up here I need to finish. So I'm going to do that, and I took a pause because I had to punch some more leaves, and can you believe it, I've used about 60 leaves by now. So that's like a lot, and I'm just going to finish this vine here. But even though it's taking a lot of time and I have to make more leaves, I'm really liking the way this card turned out. It looks super duper dimensional and quite realistic. So I really love this punch, and I've never used it before today. Just creating a more dimensional look by layering them on top of each other. My last leaf, I'm just going to add it onto this vine here. So every time I add a leaf, I try to tuck the little stem thingy underneath another, so that doesn't stick out, because usually that's not the way it is in nature. The stem is not visible, I mean, especially in something that's as overgrown as that. So now that I'm happy with this layout, I'm just going to glue this down onto my card here, and I'm going to take the tape backing off. So very carefully I'm going to align this onto my card here. Just going to open the card up. This dimension, the dimension for this topper here is it's 1/4 of an inch shorter on each side, so it gives you a raised look. and that's how it looks so far. And to finish this off, I'm going to add a couple of butterflies. And I don't know where I bought these butterflies, but these are die cut butterflies that I have in my stash, and I'm looking for white ones. I found, I can see 3. And all I'm going to do with these is, I'm just going to, with my thumbnail, I'm just going to fold it down at the middle. I'm going to add some glue. I'm just going to randomly place them on the card. Maybe add one on the wine here. Another one. I think that's about it. I don't think I need to add anything else to this card. Let me know if you have any questions and doubts, and I try to answer them as quickly as possible. Leave a comment below, and also visit my blog for more projects from me. And I hope you enjoyed watching me make this little card here, and hope you guys are going to try this at home as well. So join me again next time. Bye bye.